What up, guys? So, boy here once again, classic FOREX speaking. You know how we do it. We simplify, decomplicated. it. All right, so we are going to begin with our pre-market analysis this weekend. Let's dive into it. The first pair that I'm going to talk about is GBP USD, and I'm going to begin the analysis on the 3 months time frame. So let's start. Now, on the 3 months time frame, we have the upper zone, the mid-range zone, and then the lower zone. Let's put meaning into this time frame. If you look at the 3 months time frame, you are going to notice that price have seen buy pressure from this support level and it's moving all the way to the upside. Where is it going? It is going all the way to make contact with the previous resistance level here. To do what? To complete this equal highs on the 3 months. So we know that we are going all the way to complete equal high on the 3 months time frame. So now we understand on the 3 months that buyers are pushing price all the way to the upside. So what do? We are going to find entry to capitalize on that move before it completes here as equal highs to the previous highs over here as well. Now let's take it again to the monthly time frame, understand what price is doing around here on the monthly and how price will move into the upside as well. So GBP USD, taking it again to the monthly time frame for more info. All right, so this is the monthly time frame of GBP USD. Let us also put meaning into the monthly structure as quick as possible. Now, on the monthly time frame, we also do have the monthly upper, the mid-range, and then the lower zone. What do we see over here on the monthly? We are seeing that what? There's also strong level of buy pressure from the monthly support level, which broke above the mid-range zone very easily, and also broke above the upper zone very easily. So what does this tell us? This tells us that the amount of buy pressure over here is too strong. Why? Because when price made contact with this resistance level, it did not even see any form of sell pressure. The second time that it made contact above or with this resistance level also, it didn't see any sell pressure to the downside. Instead, it only saw a strong buy pressure breaking above monthly levels very easily. So what does this tell us? This tells us the amount of buy pressure is very strong and price is definitely moving all the way to the next resistance to create the equal highs that we talked about on the 3 months time frame. Right, so if you look at these candle formations over here, you can even see that there's not even a bearish candle among them, indicating an amount of buy pressure pushing price all the way to the upside. So GBP USD, you're going to find entry above here to reach the next resistance level as well. How do you pick the entry? Let's take it again to weekly time frame to add more information. All right, so this is also the weekly time frame of GBP USD. Let's understand the weekly. If you look at the weekly very well, we also have the weekly upper and then the weekly lower zone. Price is in an uptrend on the weekly time frame, which began somewhere around here. Higher high, higher low, higher high again, higher low, another higher high, another high. What happens? Strong bullish candle, which has been able to break above the weekly lower zone. So since buyers have been able to break above the weekly lower zone with a strong bullish candle, it means that what? You're going to find an entry above to go all the way to the upside on GBP USD. So GBP USD, you're going to pick the entry above the weekly resistance to go all the way to the upside. Let me take it again to daily time frame where I can add more meaning to this analysis for you guys. Alright, so this is also a daily time frame of GBP USD. Now GBP USD on a daily time frame, let's do the same thing. Put more meaning. All right, so we have the what? The daily mid-range over here. What happened on the daily? On the daily, we can clearly see that price has broken above the daily resistance level to the upside with a push, making contact with the next daily resistance above. Now, after making contact, what should price see? Price should see sell pressure, bring it all the way down as high low before what? Continuation will setting all the way up there. So GBP USD, we are expecting what? Sell pressure to come here to complete retest or exhaustion. And after that, we pick our entry all the way to the next one, resistance level of the weekly. Easy like that. All right, let me take it all the way to 4 time frame so that we can prepare for the entry to the upside on this pair. All right, so this is GBP USD on the 4H time frame. Now, on the 4H time frame, what else do we also see here? We are seeing what? A pussy upside, higher high. We are expecting higher low before price goes all the way to the upside. Now, if you look closely at this resistance level of the daily, we can spot that price has given us what? An evening star candle confirmation, which means that what? Price would definitely be giving us what? The higher low before what? We can buy on candle confirmation to the upside, because evening star is a reversal candle which has formed on resistance, meaning that price will definitely come back to give us a higher low, and then we can buy all the way to the upside on our candle confirmation or on price action confirmation. The same thing. All right. Now, what else do we do? Let's take it to the next pair and also analyze it as well. All right. So next pair on the list is going to be gold. All right. So gold, we are also going to begin the analysis on the weekly time frame. Let me switch. Let me go all the way to monthly first, and I'll show you guys something that I'm seeing on the monthly time frame on gold. Alright, so gold, before I even go to the weekly time frame to start from there, let's look at what the monthly is telling us. Alright, so if you look at the monthly time frame on gold, I just want to show you something over here. Look at this. We have strong pin bars over here. What does it represent? It represents sell pressure. Price is also even about to form what? A pin bar. Okay, we have about 2 days and 12 hours for price to close this what? Pin bar. And you know what the pin bar means? It means that there's going to be more sell pressure to bring the market all the way down. Now, on the monthly, since we are seeing what? A lot of sell pressure here, and it's very evident that gold price will be dropping as we take you through the other time frames as well. So good, let's start the analysis on the weekly time frame. Okay, so this is the weekly time frame on gold. Now gold on the weekly, let's take our time and then break it down. We have the weekly upper and then the weekly lower zone out. So what is happening on the weekly time frame? Price have seen a lot of sell pressure on this weekly resistance level after making contact. So after the first contact with this resistance level, we saw a reversal to a downside. The second contact, we saw a reversal. The third contact, we are seeing the exact same thing, sell pressure bringing the market all the way to a downside. So where is the sell pressure heading to? It is heading all the way back to this one, previous support level of the weekly. So gold, what are we going to do? We are going to find selling opportunities only before price reaches this one, support level. All right, how do you pick the selling opportunities? Let's take it again to daily time frame where we can add more meaning to this analysis. All right, so this is also the daily time frame of gold or XAU USD. Now gold on the daily time frame, let's take our time and also put more meaning into this one analysis as well. All right, now this is good on the daily. On the daily time frame, we have the daily upper and then the daily lower zone. Price has been able to break below this one daily resistance level to the downside. Now remember, on the weekly we said that what we're expecting price to hit down here on the next one previous support level. So how are we going to be able to locate entry somewhere here to come all the way down? Let's find out. If you look at the daily, price has been able to make contact with the daily what support level, and we know that there's not going to be any reversal to the upside on the daily, but sellers will manage to break below and come all the way to the downside on gold. So gold, there's definitely going to be what a little bit of buy pressure here to go all the way up before you will see sellers coming all the way to the downside. Why? Because price has reached a support level. Right now, imagine this: price reaching a support level means that what there's a lot of what positions over here for buys. People have taken their profit. SL has been hit. TP has been hit. So there's a lot of what thing going on around over here, and price is going to react to it, which we call the impulse. What is an impulse move? An impulse move is the first wave of buy or sell pressure that is the market anytime price reaches an area of what sensitivity. And once price has reached this support level, it's a sensitive area. We're definitely going to see buy pressure somewhere to retest here before sellers will come in and push the market all the way to the downside. Now let's go to a forward time frame and look at how we manage to find what selling opportunity here to sell all the way down to this one support level of the weekly. All right, let me take you to a 4H and then we can complete the analysis. All right, so this is the 4-hour time frame on gold. Now gold on the 4-hour time frame, this is exactly how we are going to pick our entry to the downside. Let me explain the entry to you guys here on gold. All right, so if you look at gold on the 4-hour time frame, we have the 4H upper and then the 4H lower zone. Price is in a downtrend on the 4-hour. This was a lower low, this was lower high, new lower low, new lower high. Another lower low has formed. This is where we are expecting the buy pressure to push price up to complete what the next lower high before sell pressure comes in all the way to the downside. So good. I told you guys that what price will find buy pressure from here as impulse move, which will go all the way up to retest this previous one lower low as lower high here before sell pressure comes in and then drop the market all the way to the downside. And when that happens, once you're able to get a retest, wait for candle confirmation, and then we sell all the way to a downside on gold. So gold, this becomes our full and complete technical analysis as well. All right, now that we are done with gold, let's move to the next pair on the list. Now the next pair on the list is going to be GBP JPY. Let's go to GBP JPY and also talk about this pair very closely. Right, so GBP JPY, we're also going to begin the analysis on the 3 months time frame. Let's start on GBP JPY. So GBP JPY, what exactly is going on over here on the 3 months? Let's find out. Let's find out together. All right, so on the 3 months time frame of GBP JPY, we have the upper zone as well, the middle zone, the lower zone, and then let's call this another lower zone. Price has been able to break above the middle zone of the 3 months, went all the way up, and even broke above the next resistance level over here. But after breaking above this resistance level, it came all the way down, and it's seen buy pressure again to the upside. So currently on the 3 months time frame, who is in control? Where is price going? Price is heading all the way up to the next resistance level. Why am I saying that? Let me explain. If you look at the 3 months time frame, when price broke above, it created a higher high here, then dropped all the way down as higher low, and it's going all the way up again. With what? With a strong pin bar. So you can see 2 pin bar confirmation over here, which is trading above the resistance level of the 3 months, indicating that there's more buy pressure, which will be pushing price all the way to the upside. So GBP/JPY, we are going to be locating or picking entry all the way up as price keeps going to the upside on this pair. How do we pick buys all the way to the upside? Let's consult the various time frames together on GBP/JPY. So GBP/JPY, let's go all the way again to the monthly time frame. All right, so this is also the monthly time frame of GBP/JPY. Let's add more meaning. On the monthly, we have the upper zone and then the lower zone. Price is giving us an uptrend on the monthly. This was a pussy upside, higher high. We saw higher low, and the price is making a continuation push all the way to the upside. So we know definitely there's going to be more buy pressure to push price all the way to hit this previous resistance level, since we are trading above this resistance level. Simple as that. So how are we going to be able to find buying opportunity to go all the way up again? Let's find out as we take it again to the weekly time frame for more understanding. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame of GBP/JPY. Now GBP/JPY on the weekly time frame, let's take our time and also understand what exactly is going on over here on the weekly before we can find entry to the upside on this pair. Alright, so if you look at the weekly time frame of GBP/JPY, we have the weekly mid-range zone. Now on the weekly time frame, we can see a clear break above this resistance level of the 3 months. So the price has been able to break above it very clearly, meaning that we have a free chance to go all the way to the next resistance level above. Alright, so there's not so much to talk about here on the weekly, except that price has been able to break above this lower high. Now remember, on the weekly, this area is a lower high, and price is broken above it, so definitely going up to create a new higher high on the weekly resistance level. So that's it also for our GBP/JPY. We now understand that on the weekly, price also moving to the upside. Let's find out again as we take it again to a daily time frame to continue with the flow of the analysis. Alright, so onto a daily time frame. Okay, so this is also a daily time frame of GBP/JPY. Let's talk about GBP/JPY on the daily time frame. Now, the daily time frame of GBP/JPY, we have the daily mid-range zone. What has price done? Price has made contact with the resistance level of the daily, and after making contact, only 2 things can happen. It's either price drops all the way down as higher low to continue going all the way to the upside, or it's either it breaks above, retest, and then move all the way to the upside. 2 things are involved right here. It's either an entry above after break and retest, or an entry below after retest as higher low to go all the way to the upside on GBP/JPY. So we're going to find out on the 4 time frame whether price will break above to retest and then rebuy, or price will drop down here for us to buy to the upside on GBP/JPY. So GBP/JPY, taking it again to 4 time frame to make the decision. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of GBP/JPY. Now GBP/JPY on the 4 time frame, how are we going to buy? Let's find out very quick. So if you look closely at the 4 time frame, we can clearly see that price is also in an uptrend on the 4 time frame. There was a break above this resistance level to the upside, which gave us a higher high. Then we saw higher low, You see another pussy upside, under exhaustion higher low. We are expecting what? The uptrend here to continue to break above the daily resistance to give us a higher high, then drop down for higher low, and that is where we are going to find an entry all the way to the upside on GBP/JPY. So GBP/JPY, we are expecting what? Buyers to break above to give us a new higher high, a new higher low, and then we buy all the way to the upside. Now, what can potentially make this particular setup of GBP/JPY invalid for entry? Now, this setup becomes invalid if buyers fail to break above and retest. So, if sellers are able to see more sell pressure at the daily resistance level and they decide to drop all the way down, this buy setup becomes invalid for entry. So that's also for GBP/JPY. Let's go to the next pair on our list. So the next pair on our list is going to be Euro/GBP. Let's go to Euro/GBP. Alright, so Euro/GBP, we are also going to begin the analysis on the 3 months time frame. 3 months time frame of Euro/GBP. Now Euro/GBP is very, very interesting. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Alright, so this is Euro/GBP on the 3 months time frame. On the 3 months time frame of Euro/GBP, we have the upper zone, the mid-range zone, and then the lower zone. Price is seeing a lot of buy pressure from this support level. Why? Because anytime price makes contact, it sees what? Reversal all the way up to the next resistance level above over here. And once price has made contact again over here, are we going to see history repeat itself over here? Yes, okay, definitely there's going to be more buy pressure to push price again to reach this what? Resistance level. Why? Because currently I can clearly say what price is moving in a range or a consolidation period on the 3 months time. So definitely going to be more buy pressure which will push price to reach this what? Resistance level. Now, if that is so, then how are we going to be able to find buying opportunities to buy all the way before price gets here? Let's find out as we take you through the various time frames together. Alright, so Euro/GBP, let's take it again to a monthly time frame and add more meaning to this analysis. So the monthly time frame of Euro/GBP, let's talk about the monthly. Now, if you look very closely at the monthly time frame of Euro/GBP, we have the monthly upper zone and then the monthly lower zone. What has price done over here on the monthly? On the monthly, we can see that price pick buy pressure from this strong support level of the 3 months, went all the way up and has managed to break above the daily or the monthly resistance level over here. So price is currently trading above the monthly resistance level, which means that we are definitely going to see more buy pressure to the upside, okay? And then it didn't just what? Break above the monthly resistance level, it is also giving us what? A bullish engulfing candle close, which means that we are definitely going all the way to the upside on Euro/GBP. So Euro/GBP, once you have also understood that our price going all the way up, let's continue the analysis on the weekly time frame and then follow up with the entry as well. Alright, let's go. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame of Euro/GBP. Now Euro/GBP on the weekly time frame, let's add more meaning to this analysis. Alright, so if you look at the weekly time frame of Euro/GBP, we have the weekly mid-range zone. Price is also in an uptrend on the weekly, supporting the overall direction of the market. So we have what? A pussy upside, which was higher high, price dropped down for higher low, and it's going all the way to the upside as well. So we can see what? A lot of what? Bullish candles over here after what? The higher low was created, meaning that there's more buy pressure to push price all the way to the upside on Euro/GBP. So Euro/GBP, we're going to find entry somewhere around here to move all the way to the upside on this pair. Let us again go to daily time frame and add more meaning as usual. Alright, so this is also the daily time frame of Euro/GBP. Now on the daily, look at this. On the daily time frame, we have the upper and then the lower zone. Price is also in an uptrend on the daily time frame. This was a daily pussy upside, which broke above this one resistance level, giving us a higher high. After higher high, we've seen higher low after higher low. Price should be able to go all the way to the upside, and we can also spot that what there's a bullish engulfing candle close over here, indicating that buyers are present. They will be able to move price all the way to the upside. But how are we going to be able to find buying opportunity here to go all the way up there? Let's find out as we take you to the 4 hour time frame and prepare for entry. Okay, so this is also the 4 hour time frame of Euro/GBP. Now Euro/GBP, let's take it to the 2 hours. I want to take my entry on the 2 hour time frame. Alright, so this is the 2 hour time frame of Euro/GBP, and this is where we are going to pick our entry to the upside. Now if you look at the 2 hour time frame, we have the support level. What do we see on the 2 hour? On the 2 hour time, we can see that price was in a range or a consolidation but the consolidation of the range has been broken to the upside. So there was equal level of buy pressure here, and then equal level of sell pressure here, which was giving us what, a range or a consolidation. But the range has been broken to the upside, giving us what, a new higher high. So you'll be expecting higher low, and then after that we buy all the way to the upside. So immediately price complete the higher low over here, we wait on candle confirmation, and then we buy all the way to the upside on UGBP. So UGBP, this is also our full and complete technical analysis. Let's go to the next pair on our list, which is going to be the last. I think it's USD chef. Let's go all the way to USD chef, and then end it over here also. So USD chef, let's take it all the way to 3M, and then begin the analysis on the 3 months time frame. All right, so this is USD chef on the 3 months time frame. Let's take our time and analyze this pair as well. So in the 3 months time frame, we have the upper, the mid range, and then the lower. So what has price done? Price has been able to break below the support level of the 3 months all the way to the downside. What does it mean? It means that sellers are in control. They are pushing the market all the way to the downside. But how can we be looking for what? Selling opportunities all the way down to the next support level? Let's find out as we take you through the various time frames together. So USD chef, let's go all the way to the monthly time frame to continue with the flow of the analysis. All right, so this is the monthly time frame of USD chef. Now USD chef on the monthly, we only see the exact same thing. Price has been able to break below support level and is heading all the way to the downside. So the exact same thing is what we are seeing over here on the monthly. Now without further ado, let's take it again to weekly time frame and have a closer look again on this pair. Alright, so this is also the weekly time frame of USD chef. Now USD chef on the weekly time frame, let's add more meaning to make sense. Okay, so on the weekly, we have the upper zone and then the lower zone. Price is in a downtrend on the weekly. Why? Because this was a weekly lower low, price went up for lower high, and has come all the way down, broke below our previous lower low. Where is it going? It is going to create a new lower low, a new lower high. The cycle will continue with that to the downside. So once price has been able to break below this was support level of the weekly or the previous lower low, it means that we are heading all the way down here. How do we pick sales from here to the downside? Let's consult the daily time frame for more understanding. All right, so this is the daily time frame of USD chef. Now USD chef on the daily time frame, we have the daily mid range over here. On the daily, we can also see that prices were moving in a downtrend. It started here, right? So you saw her lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high again. This is also another lower low. We'll be expecting lower high before price drops all the way to the downside. So USD chef on the daily time frame, I'm expecting what retest over here before price will sell all the way to the downside. It's that simple. Retest and then we sell. Okay, so how do we wait for the retest and what is going to happen on the 4 before we sell? Let's go the way to 4H time frame and then complete this analysis. All right, so this is the 4-hour time frame of USD chef, and this is exactly how we are going to pick our entry. Now remember, on the daily, we said we are waiting for retest before we sell, and that's exactly what you can see over here. Let's explain the 4-hour time frame. Let's explain the 4-hour time frame. Now, if you look closely at the 4-hour time frame, we have the full each upper and then the full each lower zone. Price, after making contact with this 4-hour support level, has given us what a bullish engulfing candle close. What does the bullish engulfing candle close means? It means that what price is going to reverse all the way up here to complete the daily lower high before we can sell all the way to the downside. So USD chef, we're waiting for price to go all the way up here to complete the lower high, the daily, and then it will trigger us to sell all the way to the downside. So this is our full and complete analysis on today's pre-market analysis. Thank you all for joining in. Remember to stay classy and trade classy, and then don't forget to also join my free signals group. The link is in the description. Thank you guys. Peace.